Peter is stopped mid-stride. A group of tax collectors blocks his path. They demand to know if his teacher, Jesus, pays the mandatory temple tax, a public challenge to his master's authority. Caught off guard, Peter freezes. His instinct is to protect his leader from scrutiny. In a moment of panic, he blurts out a quick, impulsive, "Yes, he does." With that one word, Peter has spoken for his master and created a formal obligation that he now has to fulfill. The collectors move on, leaving Peter in a heavy, suffocating silence. As he walks back through the tight stone foundations of Capernaum, the village feels smaller, the air more stagnant. He rehearses his apology over and over, dreading the moment he has to confess his impulsive promise to Jesus. Peter is trapped in a common human reflex, the belief that once we make a mistake, we are entirely responsible for the weight of the solution. Peter enters the house, his chest tight. He opens his mouth to admit his failure. Before he can speak, Jesus greets him with a question, proving the confession was unnecessary before it even began. Jesus asks, "Do earthly kings collect taxes from their own children or from others?" Peter answers that they collect from others. Jesus concludes that the children are exempt. By their very nature, they do not owe the debt Peter was so worried about. In an instant, the pressure of the debt vanishes. Peter realizes the problem was handled before he even had the chance to ask for help. To avoid causing an unnecessary conflict, Jesus tells Peter to pay the tax anyway. But the instructions are absurd. Peter is to catch a fish and find the money inside its mouth. The Sea of Galilee is vast. Finding a specific coin inside a specific fish in these waters is a statistical impossibility. Peter walks to the shore anyway. He chooses to act on the command despite the lack of logical evidence. He casts his hook into the water. He waits. He is caught between the tangible reality of his financial obligation and the vulnerability of a solution he cannot explain. Suddenly, the tension breaks. The line snaps tight, cutting a sharp, fast line through the surface of the water. Peter pulls the fish onto the rocks, his hands trembling as he forces its mouth open. Inside is a single silver coin, the exact amount needed to cover the tax for both of them. This wasn't a lucky find. It was a precise, physical response to a mistake Peter had only just made. Holding the coin, Peter sees the situation for what it is. Proof he was seen and understood, long before he reached the shore. The timeline of the provision didn't start when Peter cast his hook. It began when the fish was sent toward the line. Peter had assumed his panic was the only thing standing between him and ruin. Yet the miraculous solution was already moving swiftly through the water while he was still rehearsing his apology. This suggests that our needs are often met before we find the words to describe them. Trust begins where the need to carry the burden alone ends.